Hi everyone, and welcome to the third and final week of the winter edition of the Scrap Hoarders Collaboration Series, where 7 of us have been showing you a variety of ways to use your scraps. And this week we're making cards. If you've missed the previous 2 weeks, just use hashtag Scrap Hoarders to find all of our videos in this series. However, you can find the link to the next person in the lineup at the top of my description box below, as well as all of the details on the giveaway that is open internationally. Now, with all of that said, let's get over to my craft table and get started. So for this card, I am going to be using some scraps from some recent projects that I've done. So there is this green glitter paper and gold glitter paper that you might recognize from a few weeks ago when I was making Christmas ornaments. And so this green outer piece was cut from there, and the gold piece was cut from here. And when I do something like that, like cutting out circles or squares or doily shapes, I like to try to center them on a piece of paper, cardstock, whatever I'm using, so that I can actually reuse it. And so here's an example. The way this is done, if I set this on top of here for a card and use that green as the base, you'd never know that underneath it looked like that. But that's not how I'm doing this card today. And this is just a piece from a scrapbook page. And I'm also going to be using these Christmas present embellishments that I showed you how to make a couple of weeks ago in the first episode of this collaboration. And of course, those were also made with scraps. All right, so let's get started putting this all together. By the way, this is going to be a square card, and it's going to be 5.5 by 5.5. So that was 11 inches, and I just scored it down the center. And I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to set this aside for the moment because I'm going to have to put these together, and this is how I'm going to be putting it together. Like that. That was my husband's suggestion. He liked that look better than that look. But because these were, they're not exactly in the same place, let me turn it over and show you. They're not going to line up exactly perfectly on the back, so I am going to have to do this very carefully and make sure that everything gets matched up. In fact, let me see something here. I just want to make sure of what I am doing. Okay, so I am going to put the glue right around the outer edge of this, like so. And then I also want to make sure that everything is going where it should. So I'm going to put a little glue on the back of this in these little curved areas, just to make sure that we get good coverage. Whoops! Got some glue going across the center, which I don't want. Okay, so now I'm just going to line this up on here, and I'll have to move things a little bit to make sure everything looks good. Okay, I think it looks good. I'm just going to press everything down and make sure that it is very well adhered. Okay, there is the first part. Now, it gets more complicated because I want this Christmas tree to be in the center, but it's not in the center of this paper. So, this is a challenge, okay? So I'm going to just take that and move that, and I'm going to have to just see about how to line it up. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I am going to, got something on here. Okay, sorry about that. So I don't think it's really going to work on this edge too much, so I'm going to kind of leave that edge, but I'm going to put glue around these edges. And by the way, I wanted to show you the back of this. See how that's crooked? That is why I couldn't just line it up straight in order to get it straight on the front. That's why instead of layering things on here, I'm having to layer things kind of backwards on this. So I'm going to put, let me do this one more time. Okay, see where I want to put it, around those edges and in these little loops. Okay, I think I got it. So I'm going to take the glue, go around the edge. It's getting stringy on me because it started to dry out. I mean, you know, the part that was sticking out. My glue isn't drying out, but I mean it was starting to dry on the top there. Okay. I'm not really going to worry about that side right now, but I am going to worry about this. So just to make sure, I am just going to be adding some glue to the outside of all of this, just to make sure everything lands just right. And I got to get the glue off my fingers. You know, I haven't even been watching the camera. I've probably been, you know, off camera here for a little bit, you know, out of screen. But let me try to move everything back over. Okay, so now I am going to have to align this up on here. And I just have little pieces of glue everywhere. Okay, this is going to be a challenge. No, 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 no. Turn a little bit. Move you over a little bit. Okay. Yay! I did it! Kind of. Yep. If you could just see what I'm doing here, which I can't show you, but I have to make sure that that paper is all the way over. And make sure that there's no space showing, which is kind of what I'm running into just a little bit here. You know, now you know why I use my beacon 3-in-1, because everything is sticking, but yet I have the ability to just kind of move things. Uh-oh. I'll get that off of there in a minute. Okay, so there we go. Yay! Finally, look at that. I love it. And now it's time to put it on here. Phew, this is going to be the easy part, guys. Okay, so just get all this glue. Come on. That is the thing. When there is excess glue on the outside, it does dry. But it's kind of when it dries, it's kind of rubbery. So it's, you know, easy to remove, easy to roll off the edges. Okay, let's get lots of glue on here because we have lots of layers. Okay, that should be plenty. And do I want my card to stand up this way or go that way? You know what? I think I want it to stand up this way. So get this all lined up on here. And again, wonderful beacon lets me slide things around. I know you guys hear me talk about it all the time, but I'm telling you, I have never known a glue like this. I have tried many glues. I have a craft room full of glues that to me were a waste of my money. And with a beacon, it rubs off from things easy. You can roll it off from your fingers and just get rid of it. And it gives you just wiggle room. It's not like it's loose that you can lift it back up. It's stuck, but yet you can still wiggle it a little to get everything in place. Okay, so now what's next? Well, I'm going to use this bow. You've seen me use those on several projects lately, and I think these came from the Dollar Tree a year or two ago, and I'm finally getting around to using them. So let me get a little bit on here. My glue bottle's almost getting empty. Okay, and I'm going to stick this right up here at the top. And we're going to push that down a little bit and let it dry. And while that's drying, I am going to be adding presents. Yay! So I'm going to be adding these right here like so. And then this one I have foam tape on the back, and I'm going to put it in the middle. So I kind of want to see where everything is going to land, and that way I can put it all right back where it is. So just put some glue on the back of here. Yep. Getting close to being empty. I use this stuff a lot. I use it like for everything. Okay. Got that one there. Put some glue on the back of this one. Come on, glue. There we go. Some glue there. We're going to plop that down right there. Let me see if I've got this just right. Oh, I did. Okay. So got the foam tape going down the center, which is perfect because it'll fit right in there. And that will make it be on top of the other two. Ah, it came out so perfect. Look at this. I love it. Scraps, guys. All kinds of scraps. These are from scraps. And as you saw, these were scraps left over from this. And, you know, you might have a piece of scrapbook paper left over because you didn't use the whole thing because it's 12 by 12 and you only needed a smaller piece. But wasn't that easy? I just love the way that turned out. What do you think? I decided to add a little liquid glass to the ornaments on the tree to give it dimension and to bring it to life. Thank you all for hopping along with the Scrap Hoarders Winter Holiday Collaboration Series. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope it inspired you, and I hope you learned something new. And don't forget there is a link below in the description box to the next person in the lineup, and if you've missed any of the other videos, just use #ScrapHoarders and you will find them all together. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye. If you like this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, I hope you consider that too. And if you do, be sure to click the little bell next to the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos or giveaways. And I hope you stop by Crafters Castle on Facebook and also Crafters Castle Challenge blog to enter your creations.